Welcome to The Actor's Choice, where the actors and actresses have a chance to talk about themselves and their careers. Join us now for the next hour as we explore the marvelous industry of acting by actors and actresses from today's exciting show business world. And now, direct from Hollywood, here's your host, Ron Brewington.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ron Brewington, and welcome to The Actor's Choice, brought to you by Photography as an Art, Harvey Brandman Master Photographer, located at 1307 North San Fernando Boulevard, Burbank, California. And attorney Ron Irwin's book, Haiku, Style, Passion, Heart, and author Larry Buford's book To the Future, Time Travel, Message in a Capsule. State Farm agent Carla Green, and a new sponsor, veteran actor Rob Brownstein's training facility and Actors Space. Ladies and gentlemen, we have two exciting guests here today. Our first guest hails from Detroit, Michigan. She grew up with many of the Motown record stars, many living within just 2 blocks of her. She got a great education and found work with some of the top basketball stars. She had a hand also in putting together a popular TV show. She now owns and operates one of the top entertainment public relations businesses here in the greater Los Angeles area. Please welcome Dr. Edna Sims. Dr. Sims, it's a pleasure to have you here today.
Oh, it's my pleasure to be here today,
now,
Ron.
Can you want to just say one thing? Can you roll those pictures up just of her, and I'll say something nice about her. Okay?
Oh.
You ready? Here we go.
I love that.
Here we go. Reading your bio has been very, very exciting. I mean, look at those good pictures of you. You were known in this town, born and raised in Motor City. Now, what was it like being in that town? You had Marvin Gaye, Smokey Robinson, the Four Tops, the Temptations, we come to Temptatees, those guys. Stevie Wonder, Diana Ross, and of course, Mr. Berry Gordy. What was it like being in that town?
Oh, I used to wake up every day and thank God that I was living in Detroit at that time of the Motown sound. I mean, Motown, it grew my love. Well, it made me love music, and where I lived at was just so perfect because I could ride my bike 2 blocks up, and there were the Temptations. I could go 2 blocks to the left, and there was Marvin Gaye.
Right.
6 blocks the other way on the same street was Berry Gordy. And
did they know you?
No, I was just a kid, man. I'm like 10, 11 years old, riding a bike and, just seeing, but I would hear the music. And so I could just, and I would I kind of felt like I was was checking on everybody.
Got you.
And I go up 6 blocks was Gladys Knight and the Pips. And then my favorite house to ride by was Stevie Wonder.
Stephen Moore and Judkins Hardaway.
Yeah, because he was always on the porch or outside. Yes. So I waved to him. And
please give a prayer for him. He's having some problems right now with his health. Yeah.
So, yes, indeed. I'll definitely pray for my guy. Yes.
Yeah. So those are the days back there. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
So you later went to Michigan State University?
Yes.
Got some knowledge, as they say?
Yes.
Okay. So what happened next after you went to school? You got degrees, and what? Tell us about that education process.
When I got to Michigan State, I found out Motown was moving to Los Angeles.
Ooh.
And I said, oh, no, you guys aren't leaving me behind. So I found myself at Michigan State taking at least 10 classes a semester. I looked up, and 3 years later, I had enough credit to graduate with my Bachelor's of Science degree in psychology. And then I said to myself, well, why not just stay one more year, get a master's? I could double up on that, and that's what I did. I stayed there one more year, so I came out in 4 years with a master's in psychology, a bachelor's of science in psychology and a master's of arts in counseling psychology.
That's heavy.
Yeah.
That's heavy. Ooh.
Never went to class.
Oh, my goodness.
I just, see, back in those days, I don't know what they do now, but they give you a syllabus at the beginning, and then it tells you the exact dates all the tests were going to be on. And so I just showed up for tests because I love TV as well.
So
I'm watching soap operas all day.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. Had a great time.
So you actually retired from teaching, right?
Yeah, well, then I moved out here.
Right.
And became a child psychologist.
Wow.
And then and that was for the Head Start programs with the late John Mack.
Yes, John Mack.
And
yes.
then from there, I went over to Southwest College and became an English and psychology professor.
Okay.
And then they had me. I got a chance to be their academic advisor.
Oh, yes,
So
yes,
here I am. I'm telling kids what courses to take and how to, get out of school on time and get to your 4-year university. And I was just like maybe 2 years older than them.
Wow.
So then I left that and went over to Cal State LA and started running their continuing education department.
And how old were you at this time?
I was about 23.
Wow.
And then I retired.
At 23.
I retired from the educational system, all the wonderful money.
Yes.
Because see, in LA, people didn't know this, but the community colleges paid more than the Cal State.
Oh, yeah.
Or the UC.
Oh, yeah.
And so I just said, look, I'm out. I'm going to start my own business, because when I was doing the continuing education program, and that's the time when the Lakers were winning.
Yes.
And so I said, I told Cal State, let's do a camp for kids. Let's do continuing ed for kids and let them learn from the Laker players and in a basketball camp. Okay. So I started that, and then something said, you need to do this on your own and start your own business, Edna. And I said, okay.
Wise move.
Yeah, I decided to retire, start my own business. So I did basketball camps for Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Norm Nixon, Michael Cooper, and everybody basically in the NBA. And then I even started doing NFL camps for the Rams and, and some of the Raiders. And so I became known as the camp lady. So if anyone at the networks wanted Magic or any of the guys to be on TV, it was hard to get through to the Lakers office, their PR department, but they could just call Edna. And so that's how I got my hand in doing publicity. Because the networks were asking me for the players, and I was giving them to them. And there was another part of that question you asked.
No, you're doing fine. You did your Spanish, but we're going in fine line. We're doing pretty good. The next question I had was that Norm Nixon and you got together one time.
So then Norm Nixon next year, because he was the first camp that I did.
Yes.
And then Norm said, he came to me the second year, and that was during the time of the Atlanta children murders. It was awful. I mean, they were murdering kids, and they didn't know who it was. So Norm said, I got to do something for my city. Now, he grew up in Macon, Georgia, but of course, Macon is not that far. If you know anything about Atlanta, it's like a suburb. And so he wanted to do something. So I said, okay, Norman, let's do a press conference. And we did. Went down to the L.A. Press Club. Back then, you could hold press conference back there. And then we asked 2 people to help bring the kids out of Atlanta into L.A. and get them out the city for a couple of weeks. And lo and behold, by the time I got home, I got a call. And it was a message, because during that time, you didn't have cell phones.
Right.
Okay, I get back to the office, and there's a call from a guy named Lou Adler.
Never heard of him.
Okay.
Who he be?
Okay. Now, Lou Adler, most people know him as the man that sits next to Jack Nicholson at the Laker games on the floor. And what he said on this call was that Jack and I want to help. Give me a call when you get in.
How did he say Jack?
I think he just said Jack.
Because it's normally said Jack.
I don't know, but, and so I just said, okay, so I called Norman up and I said, Norman, guess what? Lou and Jack called. But let's talk about Lou Adler, because he's so much more than the man that sits next to Jack Nicholson on the beach. First of all, you want me to, okay. First of all, he produced Carole King's.
Oh, yes. She was on AMA last night, yeah.
Yes. And, of course, her album Tapestry, which received a Diamond Award. Now, everybody knows about gold and silver and platinum, but there's also a thing called Diamond. Yes. And Diamond is where you have over 1 million copies sold.
She beat out Marvin Gaye for a Grammy Award that year, too.
I did not know that.
Yes, she did.
And she did get the Grammy for Best Song. And then he's also the man that has the longest running picture show that is still airing somewhere in this world, the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Got you.
And so, and that still just keeps going on and on and on. And then he also in this town he owns the Roxy, the Rainbow, the Whiskey, the Tiffany, where he first started with the Rocky Horror Picture Shows. And to this day, Lou is still running camps, but as I understand, it's for children with, disabilities. But he's a wonderful man, and yes, him and Jack said, well, let's not make it a couple. But they decided to bring at least 100 kids into L.A. Then I also got calls from Disneyland. They said, bring the kids to Disneyland, Edna. And restaurants said, well, on the way to Disneyland here, come stop at a Mexican restaurant. And so we had the best time that year in those kids. And during the camp is when they so-called found the guy that was murdering all these children.
Good.
But
Good.
that's speculation until today, if that was really the guy. Or was it a fall guy? But anyway, they found the person, the murder stopped, and we had a wonderful camp.
Absolutely.
So I went on to do camps for the next 7 years until the Lakers stopped winning. And I said, well, now I want to get into TV. So you're looking at a girl that loves music because I'm from Motown.
Yes.
But I couldn't sing a lick. I couldn't play an instrument, and I just said, I don't know how this is going to do, but I was dating this guy at the time, and he was a big A&R guy at one of the major record labels. And when you walk into the A&R's offices back then, they would have this big box of cassette tapes. It was submission back then is so much different than today. And so I looked at him and I said, what you gonna do with that box of tapes? Every time I come in here, it just the pile gets bigger and bigger. And he says, I don't know. I'll try to listen to him. And I said, can I listen to him? And he said, sure. Matter of fact, you can have it. Get it out my box. As more will come in. So I started listening to the music, and I said, I know what I could do.
Start a show.
I can start a show. I can do a showcase. I can bring this talent to A&R executives, make it comfortable for them on the Sunset Strip so they wouldn't have to go to the hood, go to all these different shows. And so I said, let me go talk to Lou Adler. I said, hey, Lou, I want to use the Roxy. And he said, I want to start a music showcase. Lou says, okay. He says, but my club is booked because, Roxy is just always jamming. I said, look, Lou, give me your worst night and I'll make it happen. So he said, okay, you can have Monday night, but you got to make the bar guarantee. This is different from the camps, because, I got, staff to pay and all that. Okay. I said, okay. So I went over there to ASCAP and convinced them that they needed to sponsor a showcase. And they said, okay. So they sponsored me. Then what I did, the teacher in me and the professional, I decided to set up an advisory board. Ooh. So I got everybody from Warner Brothers to Sony to everybody to be on my advisory board. And the key to be on the advisory board is that you had to sponsor a night at least once a month. Okay. And they did. And then that was also the beginning of rap music in the late 80s, early 90s. And so I asked the beer company. Wow. Would they be a sponsor? Okay. So now I'm all set. I got the music, I got the money, and now I just had to implement the showcase. But I knew how to do that because.
And what did they call the show?
It was what was my?
The reason I'm asking because I'm just moving a little fast.
Okay, you mean when it later on?
Yeah, when you finally got a show, what do they call it?
That show that I started was called the Real Deal Showcase. Okay, with all the record companies.
Yes.
Later, I said, after that became very successful and a lot of artists were being signed, I said to myself, I want to be in TV now. Okay, but I definitely didn't know how to do that. But as fate would have it, one day, MTV, a producer from MTV came to the showcase, And he said, MTV is getting away from the music, but I see you got the Sunset Strip happening. Would you be interested in doing a show for music for MTV? And I said, sure. So I did, and 6 months later, they green-lighted my showcase, and it was called The Cut.
Okay.
And my star of the show was Lisa Left Eye Lopez, who came out of the hit group at the time, TLC.
Right.
And I remember the show got such high ratings, and what happened one day, I'll never forget this one call. I got a call from Jimmy Jam. And, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis was the producing team for Janet Jackson.
Right.
And he says, Edna, I have in my studio in Minneapolis a bay of like 10 TVs.
Okay.
And the center TV is the big screen. And whoever has the best interesting programming, it goes into my center big screen.
Okay.
And guess what, young lady? Your show has made the center screen for 2 weeks.
Excellent. I
I want to fly to LA. I got to be a judge on your show. And I said, you got it. And so not only was a talent being discovered from that TV show, but also like David Foster was a judge.
Okay.
And then I diversified it for even having Billboard magazine editors and so on and so forth.
Okay. I just want to move fast a little bit because we're running out of time. Something happened to Left Eye. Can you tell us about that?
That's then when we're getting ready to go into the second season, Left Eye passed in Honduras. Wow. And so it was a little toughy trying to find somebody to replace her because she was so wild and exotic and wore different things. Right. And so I went to starting my own PR business.
Can you put that logo up there? There it is. There it blew.
And came ESP Public Relations.
There you go. Okay. In this town, you and I know, we see a lot of PR companies here. And it's hard to sometimes get clients. What's it like for you when you first started ESP?
It was easy. My first client was a beer company from the showcase. It was G. Heileman Brewing Company, the maker of Coke 45.
All right.
And so Billy D. Williams was kind of, with the brand at the time. Mm-hmm. And so I was publicizing that. Okay. And, interesting enough, God has always blessed me with good clients. I've never had to advertise. Mm. But I decided to make him my CEO and my CFO. And so clients come because I trust in him.
You're very well known. Can you put the next slide up there? You're well known by so many people everywhere. Here's one here. That's the Black Business Association. There you are with them.
Yeah.
I mean, you hang out. Look at this next one. You see that
I'm
one?
their publicist.
Yeah, you're their publicist. Who's this guy right here?
That's Skip Cooper.
Yeah, and in the middle there you are.
There I am. They're giving me an award.
And Miss Moore right there. That's Miss Moore over there.
Gwen Moore.
City council person.
Yes.
Yes. So you now this is a picture that was very special.
Yeah.
You went to somewhere in there. You got someone pulled your chain, and you got associated with a religious college. Tell us about that.
They found out that I have represented a lot of pastors throughout the nation, like Fred Price here in L.A., A.R. Bernard in New York, Ed Montgomery in Houston, Texas, and so on and so forth, and a lot of gospel artists. Yes. And they were considering me for, to publicize one of their events, and they said, "My God, all the work that you've done in gospel, we would be honored to give you a honorary doctor's degree in theology." And of course, I accepted. So now I am.
That's where you got the doctor from.
I am now Dr. Edna Sanderson.
Can you back that one? That last
that was this
picture.
past
that one right
summer.
Yes. Now look at some of the people in that picture. The guy on the lower right hand. I know that guy. That's Lee Bailey.
That is Lee Bailey. Vicky Mack, who started.
Yes.
Kurt Franklin on her label, Gospel Centric. Then there's the famous musician. Oh my God.
Right.
I'm forgetting his name. But he plays for everybody on all the sets. There's Dina Andrews in there. There's Sheila Bell with the Bell Report. So we had a fabulous class of 2019.
All right. Now, let me see. There's you also have a lot of things happen to you. We've been talking, but you didn't tell us that you were moonlighting with an organization called the Caucus for Producers, Writers, and Directors.
Yes.
Who are they, and what did you do for them?
Oh, they're fabulous. That's an organization that was started back in the 70s by Norman Lear and 8 other guys. And it was during one of the writer strikes. And those guys, Aaron Spelling was was one of the producers as well, was one of the guys that started it. And so they gave television its look today.
Got you.
So I am their director of public relations.
Okay, so you got that job, you got your regular job, you busy.
I am so busy and I am so happy.
And this year they did what?
This year they honored me. They gave me the Chairs Award.
They gave it to you. Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. There you go. Now
and
there you are standing there with who? Who's that in there? That picture?
that's Edward James Olmos. He was our Icon of the Year awardee. Then there's James Pickens Jr. He's the host from Grey's Anatomy.
Oh yeah, that gentleman. Yes, been around a long time. Yes.
And then there's Michael Burke. He
Yes.
was the guy that started Baywatch.
Okay.
Back in the day.
All right. Next one,
And-
please, sir. Now, there's you and Edward
And that's
almost.
me and Edward.
Yes.
He's doing fabulous things for
Yes, he
Latino
does. Yes,
students.
he does.
And so I'm hoping to work with him on that.
Good.
Yes.
Yes. And the next one, sir.
That's all of us. That's all the
That's all the people that
honorees.
got the awards.
Yeah,
this
Edward
year.
James almost. Michael Levine, who's head of Showtime.
Yes.
Entertainment. You get all those good shows there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next one, please, sir. Now here's a picture of you and a lady. I don't know who that lady is.
That is the lady, I'm forgetting her name, but she started that magazine for back in the 80s or 90s.
Yes. In
Yeah.
my research, I found this stuff. I'm saying, who is that lady?
Yeah, I gotta remember her name.
Yeah.
I work with so many people.
Can you go to the next slide? I think you might know this lady.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
my girl Maxine.
Maxine!
All right. Yeah, she's very involved.
Very involved.
with
Love
the
that lady.
Martin Luther King Day parade.
Yes.
And so, and she helps, to make sure that we are recognized that day. Because, L.A. has the largest Martin Luther King Day parade.
Yes.
West of the
West of
Mississippi.
Mississippi, yes.
Yes, indeed.
You've had your hands in a lot of things. Whenever I go to events, there you are. You're on that red carpet, running that red carpet.
I love running red carpets.
I know you do.
I have a good time.
Oh, yeah. You used to have, you have your little clipboard, you put the name of ladies and gentlemen, and you shout to
And then I
everybody.
announce people on
Oh,
the
yeah. You
carpet.
announce, oh, yeah. I love it. I love
Yeah.
when you do that.
Yeah, I had to change it up. Make red carpets fun.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
You have a website,
Yes.
Dr. Sims, and I looked at that website. It says dynamite to me.
Ah, thank
It's a
you.
beautiful website. And what is it called? It's, what's the URL for it?
It's ESPPR.net.
Okay. How can people contact you so they can get a job and get a publicist? A good one.
Yeah, everybody needs a publicist.
I said a good one.
Yeah, and they need
You're
a good one too. Yeah. They can contact me. You can go on my website, www.esppr.net.
Right.
Or you can just email me. I talk to everybody.
Okay.
Answer everybody. ESPPR@Mac. M as in Mary, A as in Apple, C as in cat.com.
Okay. One quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it a lot of people in this business don't have publicists? Can you explain that?
Probably because they can't afford us. But I work with everybody's budget.
Okay.
I can do it a la carte for you. You just want a press release or you want me to do a press release and send it out, that's another fee. But if you want the full bang of experience, then that's a whole nother thing.
Where you say you from?
Detroit.
Motown.
There you go.
May I have your right hand, please?
Yes.
You're going to get one of them.
Ah, thank you. I love it. Ah, yes,
And
a
of course,
silver
you know
dollar.
you're going to get one of them.
Oh, and I love flowers.
I always
Thank you,
give flowers to the
Rod.
ladies. It's a
Thank
pleasure.
you.
It's
Thank
a pleasure.
you very much.
Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family.
Thank you.
And Dr. Edna, please keep on doing what you're doing. You're well known, well loved in this town. And thank you for coming up today. I really, really appreciate it.
It's my
Our
pleasure.
next guest behind you, he's also from
Motor
Motown.
City.
Yeah, you recognize
Yes.
his face when you see him. Okay?
All right.
God
Thank
bless
you. Thank you.
Whoops.
Thank you for
sir.
having me today.
My pleasure. We got to get you back again.
Okay.
Okay. I'm Ron Brewington. This is the Actor's Choice. The studio of Harvey Brandman, Photography as an Art, is proud to offer you a $100 discount off any photo package valued at $300 or more. Now, Harvey has been in the business for nearly a quarter of a century, and he certainly knows how to take care of his customers. So please, give him a call today at 818-954-9294. That's 818-954-9294. You'll be glad you did. And by the way, please tell Harvey that you heard about his offer right here at the Actor's Choice. Haiku style, passion, heart. It's the latest release from author and attorney Ron Irwin. The book was inspired by the author's first exposure to haiku well over a half-century ago. Now, this experience produced within him a deep passion to experience Asia, which he did as a U.S. Marine. The book is available in paperback at lulu.com. That's lulu.com. And Irwin says he'll give 20% of the net book sales split evenly between the veterans of foreign wars and Vietnam veterans of America. Book to the Future. Time Travel, Message in a Capsule. It's a new book from author Larry Buford. It's a historical and faith-based account of how what we do and follow today will affect us tomorrow. The author also calls it an adventure for those who want to travel back through time. The book is now available in paperback for only $17.95 from Amazon, so please get your copy today. And now, a word from State Farm agent Carla Green. Roll it.
Let me ask you something. What do you see when you look at your home and your car? Do you see a bundle? A combo deal? That's how other insurance companies see them. But a State Farm agent sees so much more. Because the State Farm agent sees your home and your car as more than just four walls and four wheels. They see the things you've worked really hard for. So why not give them the protection they deserve? Let me help you with that. Give me a call. State Farm agent Carla Green, 213-239-9675. I look forward to speaking with you.
The State Farm is there. For more information, 213-239-9675. That's 213-239-9675. And please welcome a new sponsor, an actor's space with classes and private coaching by veteran actor Rob Brownstein. An actor's space has Thursday night classes for working actors and Tuesday night foundation and technique classes for early career actors. The idea is to build up on each actor's strengths and who you are to help refine and reimagine your acting and your career. Now, for more information, please contact class@rbrownstein.com. That's rbrownstein.com. Or call them at 323-646-1268. That's 323-646-1268. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ebony Repertory Theater cordially invites you to join us this evening as we celebrate the life of our beloved friend and fellow actor, John Wesley. The event will be held starting at 7 o'clock at the Nate Holden Performing Arts Center, 4718 West Washington Boulevard, Los Angeles, California. Please RSVP, not to me. Had a lot of people sending it to me. I sent with those that I got from those people, I sent it on to them, so your name is on the list. But please, if you're listening to this right now and you want to get in there, send it RSVP to info@ebonyrep.org. That's info@ebonyrep.org. Thank you. We'll see you there tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, the holiday season is coming up upon us. Well, we at the Actor's Choice, or TAC as we call it, will start a holiday giveaway beginning Friday, November 29th through December, which happens to be Friday, so Friday the 13th. On Friday, November 12th, we're asking you to go to our Facebook page located at www.theactorschoicela.org. That's www.theactorschoicela.org and see the rules, okay? Okay. Happy holidays and good luck. And finally, if you have a product or a service or an upcoming event that you'd like to see advertised on this program, please call us at 323-533-1036. That's 323-533-1036. Our prices are very affordable. This is The Actor's Choice. I'm your host, Ron Brewington. Roll it.
always do this about halfway through the service.
Halfway? Halfway? Oh, take me with you, baby girl. Baby girl.
Uncle Bernie, let
Take-
go.
Bernie, Matt.
Ouch!
Is there a problem?
Yes, sir. My nephew, he has to use the bathroom. I don't want to interrupt the service.
Not a problem.
So, no,
I'll take it.
no. I take him.
No. You just stay there and enjoy the word.
Could have left my sister. I took all those shit.
Cut it out. Just listen to the preacher. Acting worse than the kids.
Free tickets with a bag of cookies. What's the catch?
No catch. Buy a bag of cookies, get a free ticket.
Cool. In that case, I'll take 2.
That'll be $600.
Thanks. You're under arrest.
Uh-oh, 50, gotta go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I said we have 2 exciting guests today. Our next guest is a veteran actor, having starred in many movies like 3 Days of the Condor, White Men Can't Jump, Hollywood Homicide, and was seen on television shows like The Jeffersons, Sanford and Son, The Young and the Restless, and many, many more. He's a gentleman who I have high esteem for, a longtime friend. Please welcome Ernest Harden, Jr.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Now, before we go any further, please. Today is his birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ernest. Happy birthday to you. And many more, my brother.
Well,
and
thank you.
many more. It's his birthday. This gentleman means a lot to me for many, many reasons, ladies and gentlemen. We've been doing this show now for about 5 years.
5 years.
And when I first started it, and you'll see this in a little while, we'll play it at the end of the show, we were at another studio, and the first guest that I had, ladies and gentlemen, was that young man sitting right there.
That's
That
right.
young man.
And as a matter of fact, your studios, these new studios are fabulous. I am so proud of you. You moved
It's
on
meeting
up.
that guy Tony over there. We've gotten together over the years, but thank you so very, very much for coming again today.
Listen, I figured it would be perfect to spend my birthday with my people across the country. Why not? You know?
Go ahead, bam. I see you from Detroit, Michigan, also, huh?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I went to school with Edna at Michigan State University. Her and her brother, who's also sort of involved in the show business too. He did a lot of the one sheets for movies.
Got you.
He was an artist back then, and
Got
he
you.
just took it all the way. So we were all school. I didn't know she was doing so well, though. I didn't know that she just. I didn't study like that. She was. She's really incredible, getting her degree in 3 semesters.
Wow.
And then figured, just stay around to get a master's. Why not? No, that wasn't me. But I was dedicated to theater. I actually graduated with a degree in theater.
Got you. Yes, you did. As you know, I teach over at Santa Monica College, broadcasting, a few other subjects, and it's hard to go through school.
Yeah.
You got to really have a good attitude, put your face to the grindstone, and get with it.
Especially back there where in the wintertime it's so cold, you don't feel like getting up, getting out of bed from those warm sheets. But, you do what you have to do.
Thank you. I was going to ask you, what's it like growing up in Detroit?
Well, as she said, it was really nice. We came from a sort of rough area, but we would see some of the Temptations driving by in their Buick's Deuce and a Quarter.
Deuce and a Quarter.
You remember that car?
Oh, yes.
And their Fleetwoods. And we would all say, wow, this motel. They were all around us. And so we were inundated with them. And it was just a beautiful experience to grow up and be around. And then sometimes, my mother would let me go to the Motown reviews. And they were just all there, As a matter of fact, I met Stevie Wonder years ago, but I was just standing next to him and we were talking. He was getting ready to go on stage. He's a little, about my age, maybe a little bit older, but it was great just to be around those people. And then later on, I became like a star myself.
Yes.
I got to meet them all again, and this time it was just they really related because we were all from the city doing our thing.
Right. Speaking of doing your thing, I understand that both your mother and your father were both college graduates.
Well, yeah, and that was kind of I didn't realize how rare it was, but it was that they both went to. Well, my father went to Morehouse. He graduated from Morehouse. My mother went to Spelman. As a matter of fact, that's where they met. And they wanted me to. My father kind of wanted me to go to Morehouse, but I had friends. I played not only I played basketball, and one of my best friends was a guy named Ralph Simpson, who had not Sampson, but Ralph Simpson, who was in high school the top basketball guard. He was a guard, 6'5", and he was the top guard in the country.
In the country, yeah.
And he could shoot that ball, man. And we used to play all the time, and he helped me actually get to Michigan State because we were best friends. So I followed him. He was up there already, and I actually played on the freshman team as far as my basketball career went. But I really, matter of fact, basketball really helped me in Hollywood because I got invited to all the people like DiCaprio and all these people had these private basketball games in their yard, and they loved the way I played and kind of helped me a little bit in film. Yeah, so I used what I had.
So here you are. You got your paper now. Your degree, armed with $100 in your pocket and a round trip ticket to take you back home to Detroit. You went to New York City.
I went to New York City, and I actually did literally have like $100, but I had my parents' support, my father and mother. My mother was my biggest fan. She was like Edna, but my publicist. If I had anything, she was there telling everybody. She worked for the state. She ended up working for the state, but she was a teacher at first. She taught art. She loved art. My sister and I were both. My sister graduated with a PhD in music. She was and did some conducting for the Chicago Symphony and the Detroit Symphony, and so she's a real star of the family.
Yes,
but she ended up teaching, and my mother stopped teaching and started working for the state, and at Social Security Commission, and they had a local newspaper that they sent around, so she would make sure my name was in that, and she was my biggest supporter. And it's funny, I went out there, and I just had the desire to I didn't want to stay home. Some kids these days stay home till they're like 40 years old.
When I was 18, my mother kicked me out. Get out.
But I didn't have to get out. I wanted to get away. And the thing is, I was supposed to, and this is a story that not many people knew. The girlfriend I had at Michigan State was the sister of Denise Nicholas, the famous actress, and her younger sister. But they were half sisters. But that's how I met Denise and everybody. And at that time, she was going with Bill Withers. So Bill Withers and her were like a hot item. To us, that was our Beyonce and Jay-Z. Bill Withers and Denise Nicholas, because Denise Nicholas, you remember.
Oh, yes, beautiful lady, beautiful lady.
And I was going with her sister in college. But we broke up just before I graduated, and she graduated a year after me. What happened was, so while we were in college, Bill Withers came up to Michigan State and performed and everything. So I got to meet him, and we got to be close. And on holidays, I would go and spend with my girlfriend. She was living in New York at the time, and Bill Withers would be there, and we'd all have dinner. It was like great. And Bill Withers was hot. It ain't no sunshine. And well, the thing is, my plan was to graduate, go spend my time with Bill Withers in California and stay with him. He said, okay. And I said, gosh, this is great. I'll be living with Bill Withers. I'll start my acting career. It'll be beautiful. Well, unfortunately, him and Denise broke up. I'm like, oh, and I remember being on the phone, and then it said, Bill, I'm about to graduate. What are we going to do? He said, things have changed, Ernest. I said, but I want to come out and I want to stay with you. And that's you and Denise. I know you broke up, but we're still cool. That's just you and Denise. I said, nope. My brother told me that I I don't need to know any Denise anymore, and anybody that knows Denise.
Oh God!
I was like, oh man. He said, sorry, my friend.
Well.
And so that was that. So I headed to New York with my $100.
With your $100. Okay.
But
Nice
I had
story.
some friends. And,
Thank you.
I met a friend here who was doing a play called The River Niger.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, whenever you come to New York, look me up. And I did. And we became best buddies. He knew all blacks in New York are like a small community, the ones that are trying to act. And so you knew everybody. And then some of them break out and get a series, or they break out and get a book movie. But we all knew each other. Mm-hmm. And he introduced me to everybody. And that was so beneficial for me. And so I got into the New York crowd and then eventually moved on.
Wow. You got your first job in 1975 for a movie called 3 Days in Candor.
No, 3 Days of the Condor.
I'm sorry, 3 Days
with
of
Robert
the Condor.
Redford.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I ended up in New York. You hustle
Mm-hmm.
and you try to get agents, and there you don't necessarily sign with one, but you try to get one, and you ended up. I had like 15 people that were interested in representing me. Yeah, I was just hustling every morning. Get up in this paper called the Backstage. You look in it and find auditions. Well, I was looking for an agent. Ended up going to the wrong office. They were auditioning for 3 Days of the Condor, but I didn't know that. And I said, oh, sorry. Guy says, come here. I think you're right. Okay. And so I went, and he put me on film. I read a scene. He said, I really like you. You know, you're union. And when they told you back then, it was a story going around. If you weren't union, you would never get in the union because they would blackball you if you lied. Don't lie. I ended up saying, no, I'm not in union. I'm sorry. He said, that's all right. I like you so much. I'm going to send you to the set. He was casting small parts in that.
What's his name?
Film. His name, I can't remember now. It was so long ago. But he was casting the smaller roles. And he said, go to the set. I'm going to send you to the set. And if they kick you off, they do.
Sidney Pollack?
No, let me tell you. I'll get to Sidney Pollack. So what happened was they called me out. And I thought they were going to kick me off because they called me separately. Well, Ernest Harden, come here. And they didn't kick me out. They brought me to the set. And all these girls are screaming. They were roped off, and everybody was screaming. And I said, gosh, this guy, Robert Redford, must be pretty popular. Wow. Didn't know who he was at the time. The next thing you know, they looked at me with my big fro, and they said, it's like they didn't know a brother out there. He must be Jermaine Jackson. That's it. But I walked up there, and that's where the director says, my name is Sidney Pollack.
Yes.
This is Robert Redford. You guys have scenes together. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, of course we. And that I worked a week on that film. And it's funny, the week before, I had walked all the way to a little place where they were casting and film, and they ended up. I found out it was a porno movie, and they told me, and the guys, they said we'll pay you $125 a day, whatever, you do this, and I said, who's gonna see that? He says, nobody will see it. I said, you know what? I think everybody will see this. Will. And so I said, thank you, but no thanks. And I was starving.
I hear you.
And I got up and left, and the guy was so mad. I was so surprised that he was that mad. He jumped up, followed me out the office. I hope you can see something that your mama can watch. As I was walking, okay, next. And he called the next guy. I just got out of there. But the next week, I got this 3 Days of the Condor, which is legitimate film. So God is good.
God is good.
That's what I'm telling anybody. Stick with your guns. Stick with what you believe.
Stick with what you believe, indeed. You got some TV work in 1977 to 1979. You did The Jeffersons and then Good Times in 1978.
Yes. I started The Jeffersons actually in 1976.
Okay.
And
as at IMDb.
And I was a regular on it for maybe 4 years.
Yes.
But what happened was I started with a character named Jason King. what happened, they liked me so much that they decided to bring me in as another character. They said, we think we want to give him a series. Okay, fine. So when I got there, I knew the producers and everybody because I'd already worked one. And I looked at the script, and I remember sitting in the producer's office and looking at the script, and I didn't see Jason King on any of the pages. And I said, okay, well, they're bringing me off small. At least I'm in here. They're bringing me on real small. Well, and the producer said, so how do you like the script? I said, oh, it's fantastic. I mean, what am I going to tell him? Oh, no, I don't like it. Yeah, give me something more. I need more. And I'm saying, no, it was great. He said, well, Marcus, you got a lot to do, so good luck. And I looked back in the script. Marcus was on every page, the character Marcus that I was playing. And I said, oh, they had changed my name and everything. And I was like, now I'm scared. Because, every page? Okay. So he says, if you fall on your face, this is it. But you're going to have a screen test in front of everybody. Normally, they would give you a screen test. Then if they like you, they bring you on. But my screen test was on television. Okay. And it happened also, Jack Shea, who directed that particular segment, his wife wrote that script. So it was a twofold thing. They had a lot of pressure on me. And I don't even think I slept that week. I studied so hard. Wow. But it turned out to be great. And the rest is history because I got the series.
It was a little rough for brothers back in them days.
You know what? This is a rough business, period.
Right. You mean things like you have a lot of Brits coming here to America?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you think about it, what was affecting us, my age on down, I mean, I got nothing against the rappers. I think that they, great. But it hurt us as actors trying to get work, competing against each other was tough enough. And now we had to compete against the rappers when they would say, well, these people have followings. They got like 200-300 million followers, so we're going to stick them in the slot. Okay, I understand business is business, but it still hurt. I kind of felt like, well, my mind was thinking that let me just get into one of those rappers' movies then. I won't have the lead, but at least I'll be working. And then you turn around, and now I don't have nothing against black people working, period. Listen, everybody wants a job. But when, back in the day when there was Sidney Poitier and Harry Belafonte, that's a couple. But a wave of Brits coming over, a tidal wave, actually, taking parts like our choice icons, like I guess, like the latest one is Harriet Tubman and Martin Luther King. Next, I guess they'll be doing Marvin Gaye. I heard that they had some girl who's doing the Harriet Tubman movie might be doing Aretha Franklin. Gosh. So I mean, you know what? And I think, I mean, this is the debate now.
Right.
Like they, it's kind of insulting that they did the movie Detroit and used all foreign actors. Where I'm from Detroit, I never got a call. Because there's little nuances that we have in as growing up in that situation, growing up through the riots, or when we, for example, if we say the word Detroit, we Detroiters say Detroit. We don't say Detroit, where some people who don't know that, coming from somewhere else, that's maybe how they pronounce it. Stuff like that. That's things that, what actors would know. And so it's sort of an insult when you bring in these people who don't even know where Detroit is on the map, have them starring in a movie called Detroit. I mean, that's just my only beef. And when I was on a radio show, and I was just discussing this, and I said, well, but we can't go over there and do that. And the girl cut me off the radio. She went, oh, no. And she said, we have we believe that we can do, I did this radio thing over there, and I did that, and this. I said, I'm not talking about that. I just know there's a union here that allows all these people to come in and do, but we go to their country. In Canada, for example, they're only allowed 2. Only 2. In Australia, the same thing. Only 2. In Britain, I heard that we can't even get over there and work. So it seems unfair. So I'm saying, hey, it's not against the actor. The actor, act. If they offer you, hey, I want you to do Harriet Tubman, why wouldn't you? You're an actor. I get that. But I'm just saying that it seems we already had a struggle of working, of competing against each other. Right. And now we got an influx of people from across the pond.
It's a very serious situation. Yes, it is. We've virtually run out of time. I would like to, first of all, give you one of these because you always keep one of those around for good sake.
Thank you so
But
much.
I want to show people, just to take us out, what it looks like 5 years ago when me and this gentleman got together in a radio station to do a television show. Thank you so much. Happy birthday to you, my brother.
Thank you.
Well, actually, I owe you all because we don't do that in this business. But he's 32, actually. He's 32. 32, okay. But thank you very, very much. Happy
I thank you so much. Okay. I guess we'll see you next year.
Indeed. Roll it, sir. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Actor's Choice. I'm your host, Ron Brewington. It's a very special day here today because this is the first time I've been on this particular show here at this studio, the Roscoe's Media Center. And I want to thank particularly Johnny Morris and Crystal and a whole lot of folks. Of course, our engineer, LeRon, is here today. He's doing a good job for us. This is our first show, one of many that you'll be seeing in the future. And you can say, in a sense, Brewington is back. I worked for another company. We did a show called Actors Eat Chat for almost 2 years. And we had a lot of fun, man. Had a lot of actors, a lot of celebrities. We had a great time. And so we want to continue that tradition. And today, I thought it would be most fitting to invite as our first guest the gentleman who was the first guest that we had on that other show. It was called Actors Eat Chat. This gentleman came with me together on Christmas Day 2 years ago. And he was the first of many, many, many. And I've worked with him for many. I've known him a long time. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present to you a veteran actor, a producer, a real good guy. He likes dogs, too. His name is Ernest Harden Jr. Ernest, welcome.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you so much.
Glad you can make it again on this auspicious occasion.
It seems like, every holiday we get together.
Indeed. I mean, Christmas Day, here we are getting together to do a show like this. My goodness.
And that's a present for me.
Amen.
It's a blessing. That show was a really fine show. We had a lot of fun that day.
Yes, we did. We had a lady in there who was giving us a whole lot of orders and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Pepper J.
But she was really on her job.
Yes, she was
great.
I called her and told her we were going to...
No.